5 times World Cup champions Brazil kick off their campaign against 2022 semi-finalist Morocco. It has been 24 years since the Seleção last won the tournament, and so in comes Carlo Ancelotti to try and change their fortunes and help the Brazilians return to the pinnacle of world football once again. One thing we know about the Brazilians is they know how to party, and they have been doing just that in Times Square in New York, a sea of yellow in the iconic landmark. But just how long will they be celebrating? Welcome back into the show. What to expect from this Brazil? So much talent in this team. Shaka Hislop, can they turn it on the biggest stage of all?
I'm not sure Brazil will at least match the expectation of their fans. Their fans think that this team is going to win the World Cup or go very deep in it. I'm not sure that they can. And while they struggled comparatively in CONMEBOL qualifying, things certainly turned the corner once Carlo Ancelotti came on board. But still, I just feel that this team does not have what it takes when you match it up against the best in the world. I'm not sure that they have the out-and-out number 9 that they need. Defensively, I'm not sure that they're strong enough. I'm not sure that they have that built-in leader. Maybe that comes in the form of Neymar, but kind of given his injury history, I'm not sure that he's going to play from the start in any of these games for Brazil. So I just feel there are too many pieces missing in this Brazil outfit.
But trying to put the pieces together, as mentioned, is Carlo Ancelotti. What kind of difference does that make, Stevie?
Well, it's clear since Ancelotti's come in, the whole outlook, not just from Brazilians, but from all of us on the outside looking in, has changed. You know, all of a sudden we're coming into a World Cup and everybody's like, oh, Brazil, this is going to be the Brazil of old, and Ancelotti can do it. I mean, Ancelotti at the end of the day is a fantastic manager, but it depends on the talent you've got. And particularly, can you put that talent together to make a team? And there's no better example of doing that than Morocco. Morocco's a team. This is not a team of big names. When you look at Brazil and then you look at Morocco, you can see all these star-studded names in Brazil, but Morocco's a team. I don't think Brazil's a team yet. And I'm not keen on the middle of the park with Paquetá and Casemiro in particular. I don't think they're particularly strong there. And so, yeah, I have questions the same as Shaq. I'm not sure we're going to see the best of Brazil. Yes, they're going to be competitive, but for me, they're not winning it. And I think they get a wake-up call against Morocco.
Ali, talk to us about what a high-level manager like Carlo Ancelotti can bring to a team that have this talent in knowing how to deal with the superstars. He's a manager that's famed for that and knowing how to put those pieces together.
Yeah, I agree. All you hear about him is how he manages the personalities really well and gets people to buy into the identity and the tasks that he's asking of them. I think it's all about, you know, giving the players expectations, and as long as they follow that, then they could go far. But I also agree. I think it depends on the personnel and the relationships that you build on the field. But ultimately, he is a manager that can bring personalities together and can bring players together in order to buy in. And so we will see. But Morocco is going to be tough. I think not many people give them enough respect as they deserve. So the opening game for Brazil is going to be really difficult.
Yeah, something else that's difficult is getting to terms with new technology, which yesterday our boys did pretty well with in this very studio. So what are we to look out for with this Brazil team, Alejandro Moreno and Nader Manua, in this new era?
Thank you, Kay. It is indeed a new era for Brazil. That means this is a new version of Brazil, and therefore there are going to be some surprises, in my estimation, as to how this team approaches their matches in the World Cup. See, we're thinking of a team that is usually attacking. In my mind, I think Carlo Ancelotti is going to go back to his latter years at Real Madrid, and this team is going to defend first. Yes, you heard it here first. Brazil is going to defend first. Lucas Paquetá, which, by the way, honestly, if you're a Brazil fan, are you really excited about Lucas Paquetá being on the field? Probably not. Regardless, I digress. Mateus Cunha, he's going to defend. Vini Jr., he's going to defend, or at least be in defensive postures. Rafinha, he's going to defend. Let me take him back here. And this is a team that is now going to try to force turnovers in this part of the field. What are they trying to do? Well, it is very simple. You're trying to take advantage of Vini Jr. over distance. You're trying to take advantage of Rafinha over distance. They are willing runners. Mateus Cunha will work the underneath spaces, but what they're trying to do is win the ball right here, Natum. If they win the ball here, now they're thinking about getting forward in counter-attacking posture. You're thinking of Brazil as to, is the right back going to come out? No. Is Alexandro going to come out? No. Actually, they're not the sort of players that will give you that width. So that width and the depth to get in behind is going to have to be provided by Vini Jr. I don't know if it's going to work, but that's what I think Carlo Ancelotti is trying to do with Brazil.
Yeah, I think that's right. And I think in fairness as well from this Brazilian side compared to what we've seen previously, I like the back four. I like the fact that the fullback, for example, they will go and support. They won't bomb ahead. Gone are the days of Cafu's, Roberto Carlos, and so on for this Brazil. Sadly, but if we were to look back at the last World Cup, Brazil felt really light in midfield. But as I look through here now, this feels a lot stronger, and I'm going to include Cunha in that. Because if you look at those four players in there, they have the ability to be able to win the ball back, and as you said yourself, to be able to find moments whereby they can get the ball into these spaces and hit teams on the counter. Yes, it feels very, very strange that Brazil do not have a number 9. You know, that's one of the most famous shirts you can have, the Brazilian number 9. But I think Cunha's ability to link the play, to be able to come back into midfield at times, to be able to be higher here, but more importantly, as I said before, this allows a lot of play for these wingers to be coming inside and causing problems for this Morocco defence and teams throughout the tournament. And I think it's very, very clever just because it makes defenders have to think about things in a different way.
Yeah, okay, all right. Let's reset to the starting positions once again. You know how sad it is for me as a fan, hardcore fan of Fenomeno, Ronaldo Nazario, the true number 9 for Brazil. If you go further back to Careca, these players that were considered to be top of the line strikers in the world, Ronaldo Fenomeno, to be asking that position now to go in this direction, that Brazil is now looking for their number 9 to go backwards instead of forward. For me, when you think of Brazil, this cannot be the way that you approach the match, and yet it is what's going to give this team the best chance to win. I'm not talking about the group stage. They'll advance out of the group stage. In the latter part of the competition, Brazil will become a far more counter-attacking team. Is what Carlo Ancelotti has done with Real Madrid, and it's, I think, what he'll do with Brazil.
Yeah, and I think that's fair. And I'm with you. In some ways, it's sad to see that that's the way that Brazil have gone. But they have to be robust. I think at times some of the flair play that they've had has really excited us. But again, maybe I'm biased. But even looking at, say, Gabriel here, looking at Marquinhos here, 2 players that made it to the Champions League final, 2 players that are key in their positions, but they're going to be supported by, say, the fullbacks like that, like Alexandro on this side, Casemiro, Bruno Guimaraes. The game may become stretched, but it will be stretched because Brazil are the ones that are going to do it.
Yeah, it's no surprise, Kay, that the center back is exciting about the defending part of the game for Brazil. I, on the other hand, not so much. Back to you.